What's up, Cowboy?
Do not hesitate.
Commander. We got no red race.
What's the plan?
Destiny.
GSL.
Don't get in my way now.
Welcome back to GSL Code S with Tastosis, Tastes and Artosis, the casting Archon. We just saw DRG narrowly escape Bomber's clutches.
Yes, indeed.
Great series.
It truly was. Very close. Could have gone either way, but DRG ended up taking it. Really solid play overall. Didn't go Hive in any of the games. They were definitely long enough to go there, but he stayed with a style we haven't seen too much recently. Just really heavy layer tech, a lot of Lings, Banes, and Mutas.
You know, it seems like that's a good way to play against Bomber, simply because if you start to tech too heavily, one of Bomber's pushes is going to kill you.
That's true. That is so true. We'll see if he plays it again, because he's going to be playing at least one more Terran here.
That is true. All right. Another TBT on Daybreak.
Indeed.
Polt is a really smart guy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is he still at Seoul University?
He's taken another year off.
Okay,
so
this guy was, he did get into...
most prestigious university in
It's
Korea.
like the Harvard of Korea or something, or Oxford of Korea.
He's
he's a smart guy. GuMiho,
Really is.
very aggressive style. It's actually so hard to keep up. It's hard to cast. It's hard to observe him. He's so fast. All right, so let's do this. Our first TBT of the day. Polt against GuMiho here at the GSL.
GSL.
Is forever changing, evolving.
Welcome to GSL Daybreak.
In the upper right, in the red, we got our Terran player, one of two. Sponsored by thehandsomenerd.com. Very, very smart guy. And also very good with his micro. He is GSL Polt. And in the bottom left, we have our other Terran player, excuse me. We call him the Towel Terran because he gets sweaty hands. It's not see that? But he is really aggressive, and one of our favorite Terran players, actually, for Artos and myself, the GSL. He is I can't imagine having like a towel or a rag over the mouse and getting comfortable with that. I mean, I guess you can do it. It's proof. I mean, there's a programmer that does it.
Yeah. It's we're just used to not having to do that, but you know what's way more uncomfortable is your hand getting too sweaty and your mouse slipping out of it.
I guess that's true.
That's way worse. So it's just something that he's come
to terms with. And
well, I don't want to say come to terms with. Yeah, he's coped with it. He's like, all right, this is a way to basically solve this for me without a surgery. So that's what I'm going to do.
You get a surgery for?
I believe there is a surgery for hyperhidrosis. I do believe so. Yeah, I think that they can actually remove some of your sweat glands or something like that.
Oh, I wonder if they would. I was thinking maybe you could do that with like a medication or something.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Because I know, for instance, Accutane?
Yes, dries you out.
It dries you out.
It's scary.
It's actually supposed to be. I've known people who've taken it. They say it's like terrible, makes you like really depressed. But but it's one of those things where I was wondering if you could get something like that that would dry up the pores on your hands or something. I don't know. Well,
GuMiho wants to be happy, so he's not going to do that.
There you go.
But anyways, GuMiho, it obviously doesn't affect him because he's one of the fastest players there is. And I'm not talking about APM, I'm talking about multitasking. This guy can be everywhere. It's pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see what he goes for here. He's both of them opening with a 1-Rax expansion. GuMiho, in his last many TVTs, we've seen him actually go Reactor Hellion with Vikings and just really stay on that heavily. We saw MVP doing that a lot a few days ago as well. It's a really cool, like, Swiss Army knife way to play, but he's definitely not doing it this time. He's going straight into his second barracks after making his command center.
Yeah. Double gases, too. One thing about GuMiho is that he juggles so many tasks that basically you start out holding off his attacks, but eventually one of those attacks you're going to either miss or you can't juggle with him. And then it just starts to snowball. Now, occasionally, GuMiho is juggling so many tasks that we see him flying medevacs into turrets.
Oh, yeah.
They're not micro his army right.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be years before anyone can, do everything perfectly.
Yeah.
It's, maybe even never tastes. We'll see. Anyways, Polt, right now, looks like, he's teching up. He's getting a couple gases, getting his second racks as well. So, for both these players, it looks like no mech going on.
All right. Orbitals on the way down here for GuMiho. And,
yeah, these builds are almost exactly the same. It's just GuMiho got his second racks before the gas, and Polt got his gas before the second racks. So, only real difference here so far.
Yeah, and they're both just going to be powering up for a little bit here. So, Toast, you excited to go on a plane tomorrow?
Well, Tasteless, I'm somewhat excited to go on a plane tomorrow because you'll be there with me.
Oh, yeah, we have so much fun on a plane.
Yeah.
Tastes on our toast on a plane is deadly.
Yeah. You think snakes on a plane is
Oh, man, it's Tastosis on a plane, yeah.
We do splash damage.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's stacked together on that airplane, Tasteless.
Put an Arc on an airplane, you want to know how that goes?
Yeah.
The mutants come by, no problem, man.
Why do you think
Open
warp
up the
prisms
emergency door.
turn us into information?
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're a lot of information. You only fit 2 of us in it. All right. So, anyways, we do have Polt going straight up into Banshees.
Yeah.
Whereas we have a Reactor Hellions going on for GuMiho and a starport right next to it. So there's still a possibility that we're going to say, well, that was a pretty darn good scan by Polt right on the middle of everything.
We didn't get a shot at it. Yeah. Polt saw everything GuMiho's doing.
Yeah. So he sees exactly everything. And by the placement of things, it kind of looks like the starport could switch over to the reactor because of where it's placed. Because obviously that eventually you're going to want to add on your starport.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think GuMiho's just going to do a little bit of pressure here.
Not very surprising coming from GuMiho. He's the first to move out. I don't know if he's going to do that much damage, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think with the medevac popping out, he's going to be able to, threaten multiple locations at once. He's going to be able to heal Marines and attack a bunker if he needs to. He basically has to take the temperature of Polt. Where are your Marines? Where are your units?
Yeah, well said.
And try to hit the place that they aren't.
And one thing about Polt is generally, when he did, which tournament did he win with us?
Polt, he won Super Tournament, the $100,000 tournament.
Yeah, he's he was winning those TVTs in very short games, really short. So we'll see his early game then clearly good. We'll see how he holds this though now.
Here we go. He's going after it. If there's any repairing, those Hellions can take out the SCVs so easily. And here come the SCVs. He's going to be able to massacre those right away. But there's a siege tank on top of the ramp, and that might be able to let him hold.
Oh, getting even more SCVs here.
Yeah, and it looks like Polt has held this very, very well. In the meantime, a Banshee killing off that SCV, making the 3rd command center for GuMiho. GuMiho's attack, a cool idea, but Polt's unit composition very strong against it so far.
All right, he's continuing to close in here, though.
That's a good
making a huge difference right now.
Yeah.
In fact, Polt may be forced to lift off. There is one Banshee in the expansion of Polt.
And in fact, there's a lot of damage going on both sides right now. He's going to have to try to finish up these E-bays so he can actually get a turret up against the cloak that this Banshee does have.
Well, there's a Viking out, but he just cloaks in time. And a scan, he's going to have to run, get out of there. Now, command center is being relocated. This is a really bad start here for Polt.
Wow,
this is really bad.
This is starting to look pretty good for GuMiho. Even though that the Banshees have done some damage, he's dealt with them very well. He's had scans when he's needed them. He's got his turrets up, and he's definitely up in SCPs 47 to 38.
All right. The Banshees, I think, pretty much rendered impotent at this point in time. They're not going to do any more heavy damage, I don't think.
Yeah, and GuMiho's even getting a Raven, so I mean, he's not taking this lightly either. I like the idea here to start eliminating some of these units so that Polt can actually take his expansion again. It's a pretty annoying place for Polt to not be mining from his expand for this long.
Yeah, no kidding. Looks like he might be able to deny it. This third here, that would actually be huge.
Not quite. Yeah, that would be really good for him, though. Unfortunately, GuMiho's going to be able to finish that up.
That was close.
Yeah, it was. Good thing that that ran out.
Well, he's got another Banshee coming there, actually.
Yeah, he does. Well, GuMiho, he's pretty much withdrawn. He's keeping map control with a bunch of Hellions. And just transitioning into a pretty normal play. Siege tanks, Marines. You know, getting his upgrades going. I really like GuMiho's position, and not just because he did a lot of damage, but he's gotten such a quick third command center. His upgrades are quicker. You know, he has a bunch of Hellions out there, and the Hellions are really going to help out a lot.
As we see right here, doing a lot of damage to these Marines.
Yeah, he just killed off a lot of Marines.
And we got a drop over here in GuMiho, excuse me, Polt's main now.
The multitasking so good here by GuMiho. GuMiho flying over the mineral line and going back.
All right, thank you. It's now dropping. Okay. Stimming up. The Banshee driven back. And this is smart. If he gets that eBay, oh man, that'll be bad. All right.
Oh, that would be huge, yeah. Unfortunately, not in the cards this time. But GuMiho's in a great spot, man. 61 SCVs to 47.
Yeah.
And, I mean, GuMiho has more Marines. He has less tanks.
The Raven.
Yeah, and he's got way air superiority with 3 Vikings against 0. So.
I thought that Raven had landed on the platform first. And now the Banshee's going to go ahead and head out. GuMiho just staying strong, keeping an extra 30 supply lead now, which is pretty huge. Another drop over here. I'm surprised actually that he hasn't sent or made a Viking or something to deal with this.
Yeah, really.
You know?
That's he should think about doing something like that, or maybe throwing up a turret.
Sure,
you know, anything like that. You have to be really careful about GuMiho because his multitasking ability allows him to actually always harass you. So you have to be ready for harass because it will come. There's no reason for him not to harass. He can do it, and he will.
Well, Polt is still just trying to get back on his feet in this game. And the third for him is just now there. Oh! And he is going to get this Banshee. Bad news here.
That Banshee going to have to run out of there.
Yep.
Well, he might get away.
The Banshee's just got the slightest little lead here, and he does get away with only 5 energy left. Probably not a good idea to shoot that Hellion and show where he is now.
Well, the Banshee's not too effective. Polt is still down by almost 30 supply here. You know, he's still got a good siege tank count, so that's good. He's up 6 siege tanks to 3, but still way down in Marines.
Yeah, the Marine count is so low, it's a bit concerning because the Marines are actually there to sort of tank the other Marines' damage.
Yeah.
So that then the siege tanks hit those Marines and blow them up.
In fact, Polt does not have combat shields or +1 armor, so GuMiho can actually probably just kill this army off if he spreads really well here. Wait, no, the tanks aren't even sieging, so he is just going to kill it off.
Oh, man, and there goes that substantial tank lead.
Yeah, and that is so painful. In fact, he's going to kill all that off, too. GuMiho just crushing Polt so far.
Oh, my God. This is complete domination. He's continuing to do it because the upgrade's here.
And he kills a medevac that has a tank in it. Well, I mean, he's going to pick up now and get out of there. Going to show Polt how it's done.
I can't believe how outclassed Polt is getting.
Yeah, he really is. GuMiho, he's solid, man. He's so good.
Yeah. Now I think GuMiho's just going to regroup here. And I don't actually know if Polt's going to be able to hold on through another attack. I mean, honestly, he's lost so many siege tanks. By the way, Polt is just now going to get siege mode. I'm so surprised.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. No, I thought he had it before. Okay, so here we go. Still, better upgrades, more units.
Is he going to get that tank? All right, there we go.
Polt is now down by 62 supply.
My God.
This is actually like, GuMiho can just keep attacking.
At this point in time, GuMiho can basically do whatever he wants.
Well, he's taking his 4th base.
Yeah.
He's got a non-stop rally out. He's almost maxed out. He's making Polt lift up his 3rd. Polt is basically dead. Like, I can't think of a way where you're coming back here.
Yeah, and this is what a smart player would do. He just packs up and leaves again. Well,
Like, well, you can sit on 2 bases as long as you want,
try
Polt.
to figure this out, yeah.
It's like, Polt, I have all night.
Well, I don't really see any way Polt can recover, guys. I think GuMiho is going to be one of these games where GuMiho is going to have to make a mistake, and I don't see him doing that. He really hasn't made any mistakes so far.
Yeah. Polt's sitting here supply capped on 126 against a max GuMiho. GuMiho's upgrades out of control. He's already at 2-2. Polt is at 1-0 for upgrades. 1-0 against 2-2. He could actually just break down the rocks, stim up 2 sides, and kill Polt at this point.
Yeah, we actually may see him just go in there. God, he couldn't get worse, could it? We may see him just go in there and run him over now.
Yeah, definitely could be.
I mean, when you have 2 players with the same unit compositions and one has, now a 60 supply roughly lead.
And he's going to do it, stimming up from both sides, but Polt did have his +1 armor finish, helps out a little bit, but probably not enough.
Yeah, he just ran him over. Expect GG any second now. There it is. Wow.
GuMiho did just outclass Polt completely in that game. What a badass. He's got his towel. He's going to have to use it to soak up some of the blood.
The nerd blood. Well, again, I mean, it was just so brutal. I mean, you could see Polt here not happy with that game.
Yeah, that did not go the way he saw it going.
He looked hopeless in that game.
Dude, yeah. You know what? He was trying to move out a little bit too much, a little bit too early. I feel like, you know what? Polt's such an aggressive player, but against the types of aggression that GuMiho does, Polt might want to pull it back and play defense.
I think so. Maybe see if you can sponge in some of his attacks and take out medevac, stuff like that.
GuMiho, I don't look at as a super aggressive player. Even though he's aggressive, I don't look at him like Polt, where I'm like, well, Polt's aggressive. Polt's going to be moving out to attack you, specifically to attack you. GuMiho's always out kind of harassing you. And I don't know, just the way he plays, I'm kind of getting the gut feeling that Polt should pull back and play a little bit more defensively, try to shut down a couple of harassment attempts, and then get aggressive.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Whoop. Is GuMiho leaving the...
Look at that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Guess he wanted to use the restroom. So, can Polt recover? Can he do this?
Sure, yeah, he's Polt. I mean, there's no saying that he can't just play better in the next 2 games and win. But GuMiho is actually one of the people I look at, and I really did think going into tonight it'd probably be DRG GuMiho coming out. As tough as a choice as that is for me, I feel like their overall skills might be just a little bit beyond Polt's and Bombers.
By the way, guys, you can see down here are the people that qualified in Code A, Day 2. It's Sleep Song,
Salmosa, Inori, Rare,
Flash.
Wow. Hero, cool. Ragnarok, Sparta, and Sock. Yeah, I remember Sock. Okay, so Flash made it into Code A. I'm sure that thread's already in Reddit. I'm sure someone got that before we put it up.
That's huge, man. That's so cool.
He's coming.
Oh, I can't wait.
Guys.
I can't wait. You know, would it probably be like a few more months from now? Would it just everybody's all integrated and we have like Code S that's...
I think it's literally going to be like 3 months from now. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I think something around that. I mean, there probably will be some pros who are really good that... Like, get Younghwad, where like Younghwad's like, I don't know, guys, I'm one of the best producers in the world, and I just keep not getting into Code A, but...
but this is... I said this recently in, I think it was Real Talk with JP, or maybe it was an Afterthought show, but this is going to get really scary over the next year with all the Kespa players playing. It like puts pressure back on the GOM players, and so basically they're going to play off each other pressure-wise, and just the training regimens over here are going to get so insane. It's going to be like StarCraft 1 again, where the Koreans get so unbelievably good. Like, guys, we're watching amazing games already where people are playing like they should. Wait
It's only
until
been out 2 years.
Yeah, remember Symbol last season or the season before when we were like, well, this is the best we've ever seen. Imagine when everyone's twice as good as that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in a few months. Like,
That's true.
the skill level is going to go through the roof very soon in Korea.
Cannot wait.
People are actually bad right now compared to what they will be in a few months. This is actually true.
This is actually true. Yeah. So it's hard to believe, but yeah. I mean, people are just going to keep getting better and keep figuring this out.
Yep.
And then eventually Heart of the Storm's going to come out, and that's going to be insane, too.
Oh, God.
Because then we get a new version of StarCraft with all these different players.
Yeah.
All starting at roughly the same time. No excuses for who's not best then. It's time for game number 2. Polt up against GuMiho in the final day of the GSL